Yeah, I don't know if I'm really all that enthralled by doofy blonde guy yet.
He's okay. He's just not the main character from the first game, which is, sequel.
Yeah.
So Regina just has a large caliber handgun with very satisfying sound effects for a game of this era.
And twice the ammo of the shotgun.
Yeah.
Although, given the size of shotgun shells, she'd probably be carrying like 3 times as much.
Yeah, well, it's a pretty high caliber handgun, probably.
Also, she's got much smaller pants than he does, so...
Yeah. And I've gone back to the starting point. Wow. So yeah, that's the opposite direction where she would have gone at the beginning. So she went right back to the boat to do something, while Dylan just went and got himself fucking trapped. We have to make up some space here, or some time for her dawdling on the boat. The dock/suspension bridge. Get out of there, you dumb dinosaurs. I found a new dino file.
Allosaurus. Meaning odd lizard. Encounters the dinosaur will first feel threatened. They are...
What happens after you stop feeling threatened? You're 8 meters tall.
I don't think you feel anything other than threatened. I think after that you die.
You'll first feel threatened. After that horrible pain. The prey is not limited to herbivores. They also feed on small carnivores. You should look out for the Allosaurus in areas where raptors are present. There have been sightings of Allosaurs hunting in groups. We figure there are quite a number of them. Combat notes always position themselves to face their enemy. This is probably because they have a real hard armor on their head. Shooting their head will not really hurt them. A smart way of killing it is to go around to their side, shooting them in the side of their stomach. However, their quick feet makes this difficult to move to their side. This technique is difficult. You'll have to rely on a weapon with firepower. So, guess what we'll be encountering soon? Pteranodons!
Subversion!
Yeah. And this is one of the reasons I like this game's background so much, because they incorporate models, and, there's the T-Rex. Must have gotten bored waiting for Dylan.
Went to go sulk off to something else.
And there's some nondescript flying animals.
I want to say that's probably a pterodon, but that's because it's the only flying dinosaur I'm aware of. So
yeah, there's a few that I don't remember the actual names of, but those ones specifically don't fight. They're flavor dinosaurs.
I see.
The biggest problem with Regina's handgun is that most people are lazy after being Dylan for this opening segment, and Dylan's gun has a very wide spread, being a shotgun. Regina's gun is very much, you have to aim it pretty well. Well, the game does have a pretty good auto-aim function. She is a slightly more challenging player to play as. In this segment, she gets the greatest crowd control weapons in the game later on. Bar none, her weapons are far more fun to use than Dylan's.
You seem to be scoring higher points than with Dylan.
Yes. Yeah. Because I need money.
No. Well,
Or extinction point monies.
The no damage bonus thing.
Yeah, the no damage bonus is a very significant thing.
No raptors.
Yeah, this game does have really good dinosaur audio. Oh. Got it.
So I'm unclear. Are they actually like in the far past right now, or?
Yes,
Okay.
I think. Since we had to travel through time to get here on the boat, because I don't think the boat just teleported, otherwise you'd make it like not a boat. Maybe, I don't know. But it's, yeah, you are in this place, which is some research lab, town, and other things. It's like time travel Chernobyl. It just got sent to the Cretaceous instead of became an inhospitable hellhole.
Huh.
And we get sent back to rescue survivors, although some reason we go 10 years back. Or 10 years too far forward for them to really help them a lot.
My question is...
But I guess narrowing it down in the time stream to like the week that they got sent back and not the decade would be fairly difficult.
Yeah, we're talking about like...
Because like time travel's really iffy in this universe, I think. No, don't. Yeah, it automatically turns me around. So here's the Allosaurus, which these are not bosses.
But they might as well be.
Yes. Well, no, they're normal enemies. You gotta get around the side, which is not fucking easy to do in a tank controls Capcom survival horror. I should stop using that term. It is just a shoot and run survival game. Tommy.
Not feeling the horror exactly.
Why, you're not playing and dealing with this controls.
That's very true. I can't deny that. I do not have a controller in my hand.
Ow. Oh dear.
Yeah, this is not looking good for Regina.
I did this with no damage a week ago.
You don't have any of the blitz talking.
Nope. I got no blue stats left, but no matter. Not the son of a bitch. Is there an item up here anymore? No, there's not. I'm thinking of a different place.
What looks to be a decomposing corpse.
Yeah, it's always fun. But we're not too far off from a place where we can acquire more healing items. Good. Yay. Oh yes, and now there are bugs coming after me on account of me bleeding, which injure me and stun me so that animals can hurt me.
Fucking bugs.
Yeah. Prehistoric insects can fuck right off.
Hit him with your taser stick thingy.
So the bleeding does stop on its own, but not after doing considerable harm.
Interesting mechanic.
It's not as obtuse as the first game's healing system. It was a very poorly explained mess, that game. Alright. So we come here.
Incineration of plants.
Yes. There's an area that we passed on the way here that if you enter, and you're supposed to enter it on your first time through, but I never do because I know it's a waste of time. You can't get through it because there are a bunch of poisonous spewing plants called PP34. That is unconscious an unconscious critical state. For those of you who are on medicine, plant sample collecting team, temporary stop to the sample collecting and set up a team to rid the poisonous plants.
The team to rid
of the poisonous plants. I thought I was misreading that, but it's
use
flame launchers.
Flame launchers for this emergency operation.
When doing so, remember to keep your distance from the target. So yes, we are here to purchase a flamethrower.
Lovely.
Which is always good when that's an actual game reason or explanation in game why you should buy a flamethrower. So we get two items here: the firewall, which is a new sub-weapon that replaces our taser and machete, and the flamethrower, which is a two-handed weapon. The firewall is invaluable to this game. And recoveries. So bye. You do have a limited amount of items you can carry in that inventory.
Of course.
So it's kind of smart to only buy multiples of something you already have in the inventory and never to fill up a space with a single item. Because then if you try and pick something up, the game does not give you the option to drop an item you already have.
Most of the time they do.
Well, Resident Evil didn't either, and I assume that this doesn't based on the same reasons.
I suppose.
Simply because of the way the inventory works, although this game does not give you a box or anywhere to store items. So it's a way of limiting your medical items so you can't just stack the fuck up on healing items and loads of ammunition.
Forces things to be a bit more...
It forces you to think a little bit more about what you're going to do and to kind of increase the difficulty challenge a little bit. You do find almost all the medical equipment you'll ever need in the game on the ground. If you're good at it, you'll never need to use more than what you find.
Oh, and the disc launcher people.
Yeah, these people are kind of a prolific thing. Hey, that one's got short pants.
Yep. And leggings.
Wait!
And is showing cleavage. Go.
Is that the only way they could
Make it. You
make
know
it
it's a
so-
girl.
Yeah.
Grab my hand.
You know, they could have made her look or that mysterious motorcycle person. They could have made them look exactly the same as the other ones we've seen so far, because we pull the helmet off anyway and visibly see that it's a girl.
Except it's Burly Man.
Who are you?
No, it's an Aryan.
Of course. What else would it be? I'm also trying to figure out what she's wearing. It's some kind of like gray
It's like a
skin-tight
leotard
cat suit with a
and a-
leotard over
yeah.
top of it.
Well, in the first game, it was like a sneaking suit kind of thing. She was like female Solid Snake. There's no reason for her to be wearing it in this, since there's not much sneaking through the jungle full of dinosaurs.
And she's handcuffed her to a post.
I don't want to do this to you.
I've seen movies like this.
Yeah.
And what? You don't have the option to like interrogate her? Or
No,
anything?
you just leave her there and go and do what you were going to do anyway.
Awesome. So she will be helpless when the dinosaurs come in here and kill her.
We can only assume. She did try and shoot us with like crazy disc gun from Tribes, so...
Admittedly, it's not really the coolest thing for Resident Evil.
Bad way to make friends. So as you can already tell, we will come back here as Dylan,
Of course.
since there's the ivy-covered door that only his machete can free.
I don't know. Think?
Well, see, the funny thing is we just did all of this to come down here to get a flamethrower, and that will not open that door for us.
Yeah, you'd think it would.
You could have just given us a file that explains it away as some sort of incredibly fire-resilient, prehistoric plant. Secretes a wax that makes it fire retardant. I don't know. They don't, so... You know,
Just giant lava.
video game magic.
Yeah.
And now Pteranodons!
Lovely.
Or Pteranodons,
Pterosaurs? Pterodon?
Pterosaur was like a transformer.
It's Terrorsaur.
Oh,
Pterosaurs are actual dinosaurs.
holy shit. Remember that movie? With Ice-T? Was it?
Ice Cube?
No, it wasn't Ice Cube. That was like, Are We There Yet?
Oh. The guy from Surviving the Game.
Yeah, that's Ice-T, I think.
Yeah.
Pterosaurus.
Pterosaurus, oh god.
That was the best pterodactyl B movie ever.
Oh god.
Oh man, why would we rent that?
I don't know, it was terrible. Why did we rent Octopus 2?
Don't bring that up, please. Just don't do that to me. So yeah, we are now in Poison Plant Land.
So flamethrower.
Yeah.
300 of what? 300
Of
ounces?
Flamethrower.
300 liters of...
No, 300 of flamethrower.
Oh. We're not even going to try to quantify what that means?
No. 300 of flamethrower.
Alright, 300 of flamethrower.
Okay. Yes, you need to stop asking questions about this, because you're just gonna fucking ask even more, fry your brain, and just, yeah, I mean, you know.
Yeah, you're probably right.
As much as I love this game, it is kind of...
Goofy.
Well, there's a reason we're doing this, and it's because this game is silly. And at the same time, it's fun, and it's fun to play, and it gives the same thing that we saw before, that the plants are poisonous.
Yeah, if it gives you that notice right there, you didn't really have to read the...
We already saw the notice in the other area of Poison Plant Land, so it's also a really good way of making a bunch of money.
yeah, I suppose.
As we've been comboing this whole
Comboing
time.
the shit out of things.
The 4400.
Isn't that a TV show or like a miniseries?
I think it's, yeah, about the alien people what got abducted.
Oh yeah. Fucking aliens. You'd think they have something better to do.
Like stay in their own country. I'm sorry, internet. Okay, it was low. Like their average wage.
Jesus Christ.
I just wanted the Stonewall talk of 4400 because I never watched it.
Neither did I, actually.
Oh.
I knew it was a miniseries, and that's about all I've got for you. I think it's
For
actually
the love of fuck, leave us alone, disc people. They're not even accurate. What?
Also, they can just be, like, smacked out of the sky with
With
the
a
taser
taser.
stick.
And don't fragment or produce a large enough explosion to harm the person they are fired at. Which means that would require a direct hit to do any damage to you. But yet the explosion is not enough to break a taser of some kind.
So, shitty guns.
Yeah, the disc leather people. Oh, look at that. It's a baby Triceratops.
Good old herbivores. See, they will not do anything to you, for the most part.
They're pretty chill.
Yeah.
It's amazing they haven't just been swarmed by velociraptors, though.
Yeah, really.
And my favorite part of the game! Before you have any weapons that are effective against them.
Fire.
Yeah, the firewall is a very nice thing to use against them.
Wait, doesn't your fire hurt you?
No, we're humans. We're fire retardant. Didn't you learn anything in school?
No, not really.
Well, science lesson.
I didn't pay attention in school.
Why do you think we harnessed the power of fire in our early prehistoric days?
Because we found that we could keep it on the end of a stick.
No, we could just roll in it all day and it didn't harm us. So we used it to gain, dominance over the world. And to unlock the secrets of the universe.
Also, we were the first species to figure out how to stick rocks on the end of sticks.
It's not as important as fire.
No, but still, something the other animals don't really have.
I don't know. I've seen a dog try and walk through a gate with a stick in its mouth. Oh, I did not mean to look at the reception desk. Lucky for me, the second I touched the door, the dinosaurs are just like, alright, now let him go.
No, she's leaving. Oh, well.
Now, do you remember the color of that little door key panel thing?
I do not.
Okay. What I do.
Blue.
No, we need to burn the wall. There we go.
That'll fix everything. Just burn it down.
Scorch the walls. Taser-based door lock systems.
Why don't we have those now?
I don't think we use like taser knives, do we? Alright, now this looks like a very Capcom-y thing.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Yeah. Only one key plate can be removed at a time. We had the green key plate. I forgot to go. This is not one of those games that gives you the option to use an item while you're looking at it. It's like manual inventory use, which is... I thought we were past this. System which manages all key plates. All the keys are in place.
Good.
Will you push the button of the system?
Button of the system.
Yes.
Well, that's awkward phrasing, but it technically is correct, I suppose.
This is like a machine translated game. So they do
Oh, baby.
red, yellow, green, bull, white, all of the letters, and pure. For purple.
Huh.
But blue. Blue is the odd one out. It's got the least amount of letters, so we'll go with that. If not, we have to come back and try all of these one at a time through the Process of
Oh.
elimination.
Beautiful.
Luckily for us, there is a little hint in that room that you see. If you don't remember, which is actually kind of brilliant, the light above the door, both
Is
inside and out, is blue. Aha, subtle,
Aha.
subtle. Lights above every door are blue. Except for that one, that was green. But more so the light inside of the room where we get the key point. Also has a blue light on the top. That's not the actual tell that gives it to us. We actually see the key color required in the shed. But
All the lights were blue, which is why you should take the yellow one, because it's the inversion of blue.
well, can't really argue with that logic when it comes to Capcom puzzles.
I should clarify. It's the inversion of blue when you're going from an RGB system to a CMYK system. Need to make that clear. Oh, and hey.
Hey.
Linebackers free now.
Nice to see you too. You owe me one. I found a young female survivor. But she was uncooperative. I locked her up in the control shack. I'll take her back.
I locked her in a shed.
You go on ahead. I'll meet you there.
Yeah. Not really.
Okay.
Okay, so.
We're now playing as Dylan again.
Okay.
This also looks like really early motion capture for cinematics, where at the time Capcom was really big on like in-house animation for these, when you had like
Please.
the characters just kind of shrugging their shoulders and turning their heads independently, or
Yeah.
making large hand motions with their G.I. Joe fists. Whereas this actually has pretty lifelike movement, so I have to assume this is motion captured for all of the in-game cutscenes.
Yeah, that's probably fair. At least in part.
Well, this is the year 2000. This was shortly before the launch of the PS2 and, you know, the next gen. So this is one of the best looking and playing PlayStation 1 titles. And someone has wrecked our time boat.
Shitty.
The activator for the gate.
That is a
broken
problem.
too.
Yeah.
We can't get back to our own time.
Well, luckily they have that time gate, so.
Well, we don't have a time gate.
Well, we have to go fix theirs.
Oh,
They
yes.
also damaged
Whose?
the engine activator.
The ones from
We
this
can't
lab
even move our ship.
Oh.
that they were trying to build a new one,
Okay. We'll have to look for
or
something
revive
in
the
this
time
room
gate, as it were.
in order to get us back to our original time. And we
I
have
need to
find
start a
parts of the ship,
change.org
too.
permission to revive the time gate.
Before you go, hand
They
up
support
the
my
door.
Kickstarter to revive the time
There's
gate.
a facility we haven't gone to yet. You gotta check it out.
There would be no one to back it. Everyone's
Right.
dead. Or like a leather biker with a disc gun. And doors. They don't need to show us him going through the door for a cutscene.
Yeah, they really.
Oh yeah, we didn't like chain her up again or anything. We just kind of let her roam around.
Look,
That's a problem.
make sure you don't escape. Trust me.
She's got a
That's
very-
supposed to be a look of realization.
She's got a very wide haircut.
That's a really bizarre helmet hair.
Hey,
So, is she falling in love with him, or are they brother and sister?
what's the matter?
Yes. Dialogue.
Well done.
It's a pretty cool future boat. With a future gun vomiting system.
I can deal with it. Yeah.
And we will purchase the solid cannon.
Sounds by way of vibration. It's a vibro weapon.
Yes.
Those are always futuristic.
This is probably the most broken item in the game at this point. We just constantly break and ruin things. And effectively we never have to spend money on the flamethrower again. Yes. Get 100 rounds to the solid cannon, and if we feel like it, we never have to use it or anything else ever again. Although we will, because he gets even more overpowered weapons.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So, equip item, solid cannon.
How do they make bullets vibrate that fast?
It doesn't shoot bullets.
Oh. Well, that explains everything.
Yeah. You'll see in a minute.
Do we fight a plesiosaur at any point?
I'm not saying nothing.
Yeah.
I don't want to shatter your dreams, Nick.
That happens to me on a daily basis.
Driving a truck?
I do drive a truck.
Okay, so. Hooray, our best friends are back. An Allosaur. But now it doesn't fucking matter. Because we have this here awesome, like, vibrating plasma gun. That the shell, or the shots persist after a few seconds. And we never have to try ever again.
I love it. I love it. That's amazing.
Yes, it actually is. It's kind of bullshit. Oh hey, look, more Allosaurs.
But now they don't matter anymore.
Nope, not really. Oh yeah, I'll just walk through the wall.
Even the whole get beside them thing is, you know, as important.
No, it's important, but the shot is so large that it gets behind them anyway. And persists for long enough that their invincibility frames from being hit don't save them. Because once that animation wears out, the shot is still there to hurt them when they're vulnerable again.
OP as fuck.
Alright, and we're going to do something here that saves us a great deal of backtracking farther on.
Rocks.
Leaves and other light things are following down with the water. They're flowing down with the water. Large leap. So now we can go over here. There's a key card that ended up here with the current. Got the third energy facility key card. This saves us a good deal of time much later in the game. much later. Yeah, going back and finding that was kind of horrible.
I can imagine.
Yep.
Oh, raptors. Eh. They do not matter anymore.
If we get sloppy, they can still kill us, but...
Now it's less about aiming and more about blue ball placement.
Yep. Like I said, we don't have to try anymore. And this is the second gun you get in the game. Well, for Dylan, anyways. You see, we didn't even shoot at that one and it died.
Are there, like, bigger enemies that take more shots than that?
Yeah,
Kill?
Allosaurus.
Bigger than that?
T-Rex.
That it?
No, well... No, but... You know. What's up, T-Rex?
Oh, hey. Just hanging.
Roundabout the background. Terrible scent. Or sense of scent. Well, maybe the rocket launcher to the face kind of gummed the works up a bit.
Well, their vision is based on movement.
Where,
So-
where does that come from other than just Jurassic Park?
Nothing. I think they made it up for Jurassic Park.
Oh, okay. Just have like cool tense scenes where you just stare at it and it stares back at them and nothing happens.
Yep, pretty much exactly for that. Although, I don't know if it was in the book or not.
I don't recall it in the book, but I could be wrong. It's been decades since I read the book.
Either way, I don't think
About
there's...
a decade, I guess.
Either way, I don't think there's anything in the actual, like, paleontology or anything like that that says...
In the actual paleontology.
Yes, I speak good English. Shut up.
English good word talk. I jump. Just jump into it and die.
Or just kind of come close.
As long as you get it like 50% correct, that's more than enough to discern what your intent behind the words is. What's up? You weren't even directly in front of me, and I still killed you. Solid cannon, fair and balanced.
I think he just hit the thing with his tail there and he killed him.
Yep, you just have to make contact with the blue ball.
Huh.
And it just kind of turns dinosaurs off.
Awesome.
What are we doing? Recharging the shotgun. What a cute weapon.
Adorable.
Did you think that we actually used a shotgun at some point in this game?
How
Quaint.
nostalgic.
So now Dylan can go through the poison plants and go up to where Regina came from. But now it's crawling with Gasp, the most dangerous predator.
Man.
That'd be really weird. There's just people with guns or sticks.
What? Homo habilis, you shouldn't exist for another few million years. As in, like, 60-something million.
Me and my roommate were talking today about the best idea for a character action game like Devil May Cry or Bayonetta or Revengeance. Would just be to have a game about a caveman fighting dinosaurs. Just a hack and slash set in the prehistoric times.
They didn't even have anything back then to hack or slash with.
Well, dinosaur bone swords and clubs and rocks on sticks.
Put, like...
I'd play it. I think that would be the greatest action game of all time.
You have to, like, make your own weapon by, like, sticking T-Rex teeth into a stick.
Yeah, alright, yeah. Good.
I like it,
It's a
actually.
billion seller.
Yeah.
What did I tell you? You need to stop being surprised at the bullshit that is solid cannon. Oh, I got hit. Rats, I was doing so well. You'd really think that after this many of their own dead have just piled up in these paths and trails, not the raptors would just kind of be too scared. Like at the beginning of the game, they were scared of the T-Rex when they heard its stomps.
Yeah.
So you gotta think that if they hear this terrifying, like, sphere murder gun go off, they just all clear the fuck out for miles.
Yeah. I don't even know if actual velociraptors or DinoCrisis, which is actually what is closest to what these raptors would actually be. If they were actually... I don't know if they were actually, like, swarm predators.
Isn't it? Wasn't that the thing? Is that they were like flock or pack hunters, like modern birds?
I don't know.
I guess they could be more
Probably.
eagerly and like live aloof and alone and just crush prey like mad bastards. But, so yeah, now we can effectively kill these guys because Regina's handgun is really bad for it.
And this, of course, is just Electrosphere.
Yeah, Electrosphere. It's like the war winner.
Can't wait till we have Electrosphere guns in real life. Radically alter the balance of power in the world.
Especially when it comes to killing dinosaurs and birds.
Yes.
Sphere gun. Fear the sphere.
Eventually, birds are going to somehow like tap into their prehistoric heritage and just be able to murder us in like a row, like
No,
6 feet
if they
tall.
wanted to, I think a lot of birds could probably kill a person. Alright, for it. Yeah.
I love it.
Strategic placement of the blue ball.
Indeed. Well, yeah, I suppose we could use this to like kill like ostriches and emus and stuff.
I'll use trucks to kill emus. I don't care. They're the worst animal on Earth. That's right, I'll preach emu hate. Get at me, PETA.
I don't think even PETA would
defend the
Defend
emu.
emus.
They'll do like this passive aggressive thing where they just sit in the emu pens. The next morning they're all just beaten to death on the ground. The one survivor has horrible PTSD.
Yeah, it's just the problem with trying to save animals that will murder you.
Yeah. Or animals that are just plain mean, like the emu.
Yeah.
Like a lion and a tiger or whatever, or like polar bears, it's their natural prerogative to just sort of consume. Emus are just assholes, unapologetically and terrible. So, jump into the sphere.
Yeah, there we go.
We need the machete out. Ivy is wrapped around the door. You may be able to cut it with Dylan's machete. Chop, chop.
So yeah, it's just regular ivy. There's no reason you couldn't burn it.
Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs. A dead body.
Bite marks everywhere. Must have been attacked by a whole army of them.
Tiny little assholes.
Cutscenes.
What's gonna happen? Is it not dead? Oh, no. Dinosaur like spits acid. Let me guess, the cutscene tries to build these up, but then they die.
And the blue ball kills the ball in one shot.
Of course.
They do have wonderful animations for how they enter stages, though. They're like, some of them will just come jump kicking through walls or doorways. So yeah, that's our new terrifying enemy. Research facility keycard.
Ding. Now we go on to the next
Room.
room.
And for the most fun part of the game. So I'm going to lame this out from the beginning because I hate it.
Research lounge.
We're just going to chill out.
Get our drink on.
The research and lounge. Cultivate your samples. Have a mix.
This is where we research lounging.
That'd be awesome.
I would totally become a scientist. If I
Lately,
could...
many of our guys have reported missing belongings, especially smaller items such as hand mirrors and watches. Just the other day, my silver rocket followed the same fate. There are rumors that it's the handiwork of a tiny dinosaur. It's got a real jivey name like Compy or something.
What?
Today I heard the interesting story. Crows and other birds have peculiar behavior of collecting shiny things. It appears as though these compies may have similar behaviors. Come to think of it, all of the missing items were all shiny things.
They're magpies.
They seem to have a lot of similarities with the birds.
No kidding.
It could be that they are their ancestors. We haven't been able to capture any of them since they are so quick on their feet. But if we use their behavior to our advantage, then maybe. We used the cage for the laboratory animals and we finally able to capture one of them. We used Alan's bracelet as a bait, and cornered him in. The key to capturing them is to block all possible escape routes. If there's even a small escape route, they will not enter the cage. Our plan is to use this cage to get rid of them as fast as we can. The raptors who eat them for snacks have started to roam around this area. Compies, what a nuisance. There's still 2 more weeks until the general research staff can be moved into Edward City. Till then, we have to do our best to protect this facility from the dinosaurs.
I like to imagine that they just had a bracelet underneath like a cardboard box with a little stick on a string. The moment the dinosaur came over there, they just pulled the string out.
It's like a more high-tech version of that, actually. We use it here pretty soon. In a sequence of this game that I am not fond of. I will turn the ventilation hole. Wait, no, this one open. So yeah.
We vent all the heat into this room?
No.
No. Poison gas?
It'll make sense in a minute. I will open the cage. You found a new dino file. Now it's this file on the Comp Signathus. Name Pretty Jaws. Yeah, over the diet mainly of insects. Tiny dinosaurs typically no threat to humans. They live in packs, and their social life revolves around their pack. Started nesting in our research facilities when they became a nuisance. Their eyes appear to be similar to that of the birds. We speculate that when they detect small, shiny metallic things, it is their behavior to take it back to their nests. Behavior has frequently caused problems inside of our facility. Maybe you shouldn't have wild animals running around like fucking savages. You dicks. Alright, so where's the other one? There. Okay.
Eggs.
Yeah. Dylan just kind of is like, yeah, I probably shouldn't be here when those hatch. Or when the mom comes by.
That could be a problem.
Okay, so let's activate this infuriating sequence.
Oh, God.
That's mine.